Have you ever wondered what truly determines how many quality years you have left? Once you reach your 70s, time takes on new meaning. Each season feels more precious, more fleeting. And while some people in their 8th decade maintain remarkable vitality and mental clarity, others begin experiencing significant decline. What makes the difference? The answer lies in several key indicators, natural markers that silently predict your longevity potential. In this presentation, we'll explore 7 surprising signs that may reveal your life expectancy beyond 70. These aren't arbitrary predictions or old wives' tales. They're based on decades of research and clinical observations from longevity experts worldwide. By the end of this guide, you'll understand exactly what to monitor in your daily life, and more importantly, how to potentially add quality years to your future through practical adjustments. Stay with me until the conclusion, because you may be overlooking subtle patterns that could dramatically impact your vitality. Once you understand these indicators, you'll have a clearer picture of your current trajectory and the specific changes that could help extend your vibrant years. Let's begin with our first indicator. Sign 1. Your recovery resilience. One of the most revealing indicators of longevity isn't found in complex medical tests or genetic screenings. It's how quickly your body bounces back from exertion. Research consistently shows that adults over 70 who recover rapidly from physical activity tend to outlive those who require extended recovery periods. This resilience directly reflects cardiovascular health, metabolic efficiency, and overall cellular function. Consider 2 friends, Sarah and Marie, both 77 years old. After a morning of gardening or walking through a museum, Sarah catches her breath within minutes and feels energized again shortly after. Marie, however, requires hours of rest and sometimes feels the effects for days afterward. Sarah's quick recovery suggests her body systems are functioning optimally. Her heart efficiently returns to normal rates, her muscles clear lactic acid effectively, and her energy regulation systems work harmoniously. Marie's prolonged recovery time may indicate underlying inflammation, reduced cardiovascular efficiency, or metabolic imbalances. Extended recovery periods aren't simply about getting older. They signal potential issues with oxygen transport, cellular repair mechanisms, or energy production pathways, all crucial factors in longevity. The encouraging news: recovery capacity can be improved. Regular, appropriate exercise creates a training effect that enhances recovery efficiency. If you've noticed your recovery time lengthening, consider it valuable feedback. Begin with short, gentle movement sessions followed by adequate rest. Gradually increase intensity while monitoring recovery time. Because ultimately, how quickly you recover from life's physical demands may be one of the clearest indicators of how much vibrant time you have remaining. Sign 2. Your adaptability quotient. Surprisingly, your ability to adapt to change may predict your longevity more accurately than many medical markers. Research has found that mental flexibility, the capacity to adjust to new situations, technologies, or routines, strongly correlates with extended lifespan in older adults. A responsive, adaptable mindset suggests neural plasticity, cognitive resilience, and psychological hardiness, all powerful contributors to longevity. Consider Thomas, a 76-year-old who embraces new experiences. When his favorite store closed, he quickly learned to order online. When his doctor recommended a new health approach, he willingly adjusted his routine. His adaptability keeps his brain forming new connections and his stress levels manageable. Then there's Patricia, also 76, who resists any deviation from her established patterns. She refuses to learn smartphone basics, avoids unfamiliar situations, and becomes visibly distressed when her routines are disrupted. What she doesn't realize is that this rigidity doesn't just affect her daily convenience, it may be shortening her life. Adaptability isn't merely about convenience, it's about maintaining neural pathways, managing stress hormones, and preserving cognitive function. When you adapt to change, you exercise crucial brain regions and maintain lower stress levels, both of which support longevity. If you find yourself increasingly resistant to new approaches or irritated by disruptions, consider it a signal worth addressing. Start small, try a new food, take a different walking route, or learn a simple new skill. Your willingness to adapt doesn't just enhance daily life, it may actually extend it. If you're finding value in these insights, please comment AQ below to let me know you're engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so and activating notifications to receive future guidance. Now, let's continue with our third indicator. Sign 3. Your postural integrity. Most people don't consider their posture a predictor of longevity, but research increasingly suggests it may be one of the most visible indicators of how long you'll live beyond 70. Studies have shown that postural alignment and the ability to maintain an upright position correlates strongly with mortality risk. Individuals who maintain good posture into their 70s and beyond typically live longer, healthier lives than those who develop significant slouching or forward head position. Imagine two neighbors, Joseph and Martin, both 73. Joseph stands tall, with shoulders comfortably back and head aligned over his spine. When seated, he maintains length through his torso. Martin, however, has developed a pronounced forward head position and rounded shoulders. His once straight spine now forms a C shape when viewed from the side. What Martin doesn't realize is that his declining posture isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a window into his overall structural health. Good posture requires balanced muscle strength, spinal integrity, and proper joint function. When these decline, so does the body's fundamental architecture. Poor posture restricts lung capacity, compresses internal organs, and creates inefficient movement patterns that accelerate joint deterioration. It can reduce oxygen intake by up to 30%, affecting every system in the body. The promising news? Postural integrity can be improved at any age. Simple daily practices like wall angels, gentle chin tucks, and mindful sitting can begin rebuilding proper alignment. Core strengthening exercises provide the foundation for better posture. Try this simple assessment. Stand against a wall with your heels, buttocks, upper back and head touching the surface. Can you maintain this position comfortably for 30 seconds? If not, your posture may be signaling structural issues worth addressing. Because ultimately, how you carry yourself through life isn't just about appearance. It's a visible manifestation of your internal structural health and a surprisingly accurate predictor of your remaining years. Sign 4. Your circadian rhythm stability. How consistently your body maintains its internal clock may reveal more about your longevity than many sophisticated medical tests. Circadian rhythm stability, the regularity of your sleep, wake cycles and daily energy patterns has emerged as a powerful predictor of life expectancy in older adults. Your circadian rhythm orchestrates thousands of biological processes, from hormone production to cell repair to cognitive function. When this rhythm stays stable, these processes occur efficiently. When it becomes disrupted, virtually every system in your body suffers. Consider two friends, William and Charles, both 79 years old. William maintains consistent sleep and wake times, experiences predictable energy peaks during the day, and sleeps soundly through most nights. His body functions with the precision of a well-maintained clock. Charles, however, has irregular sleep patterns, sometimes staying up late, other times napping extensively during the day. His energy fluctuates unpredictably, and he often feels out of sync with the natural day-night cycle. What Charles doesn't recognize is that his disrupted rhythm isn't merely inconvenient, it's potentially shortening his life. Circadian disruption has been linked to increased inflammation, compromised immunity, and accelerated cellular aging. If you're experiencing irregular sleep patterns, unpredictable energy levels, or feeling off throughout the day, your circadian rhythm may be signaling imbalance. Regular exposure to morning sunlight, consistent meal timing, and maintaining steady sleep-wake schedules can help reset your body's master clock. Your circadian rhythm isn't just about sleep, it's the fundamental timing system that coordinates your body's complex operations. And its stability may be one of the clearest indicators of how many quality years you have ahead. If these insights are providing value, please comment CR below to let me know you're engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so and activating notifications to receive future guidance. Now, let's continue with our fifth indicator. Sign 5. Your sensory acuity. How well your senses function after 70 may be one of the most overlooked predictors of longevity. Maintaining sharp sensory perception, particularly hearing, vision, and balance sensation, correlates strongly with extended lifespan and cognitive health. Your senses aren't just conveniences, They're vital connections between your brain and the external world. They provide constant stimulation that maintains neural pathways and cognitive function. When sensory input diminishes, so does critical brain activity. Consider two women, Eleanor and Judith, both 75. Eleanor has maintained good hearing and vision through regular checkups and appropriate interventions. She experiences the world in rich detail, easily participates in conversations, and navigates her environment confidently. Judith, however, has allowed her hearing to decline without getting hearing aids. She struggles to follow conversations, often misses environmental cues, and has gradually withdrawn from social activities that became too challenging. What Judith doesn't realize is that her sensory decline isn't just affecting her daily experience, it's potentially shortening her life. Hearing loss alone has been associated with accelerated cognitive decline and increased mortality risk, independent of other factors. Untreated sensory loss creates a cascade of negative effects. Reduced social engagement, decreased cognitive stimulation, increased risk of accidents, and often, a shrinking world that affects both physical and mental health. If you've noticed changes in your sensory perception, difficulty hearing in noisy environments, increasing reliance on reading glasses, or uncertainty about your footing, don't dismiss these as inevitable aspects of aging. Regular sensory checkups and appropriate interventions can preserve these vital connections. Because your senses aren't just about experiencing life's pleasures, they're fundamental connections that keep your brain engaged and your body safe. And maintaining them may be one of the most effective ways to extend both your years and your quality of life. Sign 6. Your respiratory efficiency. How efficiently your lungs function after 70 may be one of the strongest predictors of your remaining lifespan. Respiratory capacity, your ability to take in, utilize, and expel air effectively, has been consistently linked to longevity in numerous studies. Your breath isn't just about oxygen, it's the foundation of your energy production system, directly impacting every cell in your body. Efficient breathing optimizes oxygen delivery, supports cellular metabolism, and helps eliminate waste products. Think about two men, David and Robert, both 72. David has maintained good respiratory function through regular activity and breath-focused exercises. He can climb stairs without excessive breathlessness, speak in complete sentences without gasping, and rarely experiences respiratory infections. Robert, however, has gradually lost lung capacity. He becomes winded easily, often needs to pause when speaking, and has developed a shallow breathing pattern focused primarily in his upper chest. What Robert doesn't recognize is that his declining respiratory function isn't just inconvenient, it's potentially shortening his life. Reduced lung capacity has been directly associated with increased mortality risk, independent of diagnosed respiratory conditions. When breathing efficiency declines, every system suffers. Less oxygen reaches your tissues, your heart works harder, and your energy production becomes less efficient. Even your cognitive function can decline with reduced oxygen availability. If you've noticed changes in your breathing capacity, increased breathlessness with activity, difficulty recovering after exertion, or a tendency toward shallow breathing, consider it a signal worth addressing. Regular breathing exercises, appropriate physical activity, and good posture can all help maintain or improve respiratory function. Simple practices like diaphragmatic breathing for 5 minutes daily can make a significant difference. Because your breath is literally your life force, and how efficiently you breathe may be one of the clearest indicators of how much vibrant time you have remaining. If these insights are providing value, please comment RE below to let me know you're engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so and activating notifications to receive future guidance. Now, let's continue with our final indicator. Sign 7. Your purpose quotient. Perhaps the most surprising predictor of longevity after 70 isn't physical at all, it's having a clear sense of purpose. Multiple studies have shown that older adults who maintain a strong why for their existence tend to live significantly longer than those who lack direction or meaning. Purpose isn't just an abstract concept, it creates measurable biological effects. Having meaningful goals and activities has been linked to reduced inflammation, improved immune function, and more favorable gene expression patterns associated with longevity. Consider two women, Margaret and Dorothy, both 80 years old. Margaret wakes each day with clear intentions. She mentors younger people in her community, maintains a small garden that provides produce for neighbors, and is working on documenting family stories for future generations. Her days have structure and meaning. Dorothy, however, drifts through her days without clear purpose. Since retirement, she's struggled to find meaningful activities, often feeling that her most important contributions are behind her. As time passes, her health begins to decline faster than her peers. What Dorothy doesn't realize is that her lack of purpose isn't just affecting her satisfaction, it's potentially shortening her life. Purpose creates a physiological state that supports longevity through multiple pathways. When you have meaningful goals and activities, your body produces more protective compounds and fewer inflammatory markers. Your vagal tone improves, supporting heart health and stress resilience. Even your cellular aging processes may slow. If you found yourself wondering what's the point, or feeling that your days lack meaningful direction, consider it a signal worth addressing. Purpose doesn't require grand gestures. It can be found in small, consistent actions that contribute to something beyond yourself. Reflect on what has historically given your life meaning, what skills you can share, or what problems you still feel motivated to solve. Because having a reason to wake up each morning doesn't just make life more rewarding, it may actually extend it. Final reflections. Now that you've explored these 7 indicators, take a moment to consider where you stand. Are you displaying the signs of someone likely to enjoy many more vibrant years, or have you noticed patterns that might be limiting your potential longevity? The most empowering aspect of these indicators is that most of them, your recovery resilience, adaptability, posture, circadian rhythm, sensory function, respiratory efficiency, and sense of purpose, can be improved through intentional practices. Your future isn't predetermined by your current age or even your past habits. The choices you make today can significantly influence how many quality years you have ahead. If you've identified areas for improvement, consider them opportunities rather than limitations. Begin with small, consistent actions. Improve your recovery capacity through appropriate movement. Practice adaptability by embracing new experiences. Work on your posture daily. Stabilize your circadian rhythms through consistent routines. Address sensory changes promptly. Practice breathing exercises regularly. And perhaps most importantly, nurture your sense of purpose. Remember that longevity isn't merely about extending life, it's about maintaining the capacity to fully engage with life. The goal isn't just more years, but more vibrant, meaningful years. Thank you for joining me in exploring these indicators. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments which indicator resonated most strongly with you and one action you plan to take based on what you've learned. Your insights help this community grow, and your questions inspire future content. If you found value in this presentation, please consider subscribing and sharing with others who might benefit. Until next time, remember that your future isn't set in stone, it's shaped by the choices you make today. Here's to your longevity.